Today is a big update. Today, Season 1 has officially begun on all consoles, and with it, a ton of free content has come out, a ton of microtransactions have come out, and a ton of changes have been made in-game. And in this video, I'm going to break it all down into one video and discuss with you guys everything that has changed within Season 1. And essentially what it comes down to is 11 big changes, and there are a couple of small other changes like bug fixes and stuff like that we are also going to cover in today's video, but in general, I just want you guys to know everything that really changed in this update. So there's a lot to talk about, so without further ado, let's just dive into it, and I hope you guys enjoy. So to start things out, we have the Battle Pass. I talked about this yesterday in a video, but essentially the Battle Pass is 100 tiers that you can either buy or not buy, depending on whether you want to or not. And if you want to buy it, it's going to cost you 1,000 COD points, and that will give you everything in the Battle Pass. If you don't want to buy it, you are still going to get 23 of the items that are within it, and the important ones being the 2 new weapons, which are added into the game, the Ram 7, which is a fully automatic bullpup assault rifle, and the Holger 26, which is an LMG with an incredibly fast fire rate and a small magazine size for an LMG. You can also buy the more expensive Battle Pass, which is 2,300 COD points, or about $23 American. This will give you the entire Battle Pass and a 20 tier skip, so immediately you will start the Battle Pass at rank 20. Now, the second new thing in this update is the store, and I talked about this in today's earlier video about blueprints, but the store is a little bit confusing. So there are 15 total bundles currently in the store. The featured ones are going to be replaced weekly, whereas the operators and identity and the blueprints are going to be replaced daily, which is pretty insane. If you want to buy every single bundle that is in the store, it is going to cost you 20,000 COD points or $200 American, which is pretty damn expensive. Now, the nice thing about these bundles is that you can buy the specific one you want. So if you only use a certain weapon, for example, this FN Scar here, you can then buy a blueprint just for that weapon and don't have to worry about spending all your money trying to get it out of supply drops or something like that. It is expensive if you want to buy everything, but it's actually a pretty decent price if you only want to buy specific things. So I'm curious what you guys have to say about it. Let me know what you think of this new system down in the comments. Up next in Season 1, we have new maps. So to start things out, we have Crash. This is the only 6v6 map that has been added in this update. However, they have hinted at Shipment and Vacant coming later during Season 1. Now, Crash plays exactly pretty much how it did in previous Modern Warfare games. I think it's definitely a good welcome to the game, and it's actually one of the more faster paced maps compared to the other maps in Modern Warfare. The new ground war map is called Port of Verdansk. It takes place at a port, and there's also a little Easter egg where Vacant, the previous map for Modern Warfare, is literally on this ground war map. I made a video earlier this week talking specifically about this map, and as I mentioned before, this is personally my favorite ground war map as of right now, which is saying a lot because I really haven't played that much on it. Then we have 2 new 2v2 maps, the first of which is called Atrium. This is a extremely small 2v2 map that takes place, obviously, in an atrium, and definitely one of the better 2v2 maps, and it plays incredibly quickly. The other 2v2 map is Cargo. This one takes place inside the map of Wetwork from Call of Duty 4, where the single-player campaign mission actually takes place, and it's a very different map compared to the other 2v2 maps that we've had in the game. It actually has quite a substantial amount of elevation, which really changes the way that the 2v2 game mode is actually played. Speaking of 2v2 though, this brings us to playlists and game modes. So first of all, 2v2 gunfight tournaments were removed, Shoot House 24/7 was removed, and finally, last but not least, Gun Game was removed. Now, they are being replaced by Reinforced, which is a mix between Search and Destroy and Domination, and Shoot House 24/7 is replaced with Crash 24/7. Now, there are 2 other playlist changes that are in the patch notes that you may not know about. First of all, they added Ramazah and Gunrunner to TDM and Domination 20, aka 10v10, and I think they're doing this to potentially speed up the game mode of 10v10, because some of the 10v10 maps are just really big, and by adding Ramazah and Gunrunner into them, it's going to make them play a little bit faster. The second thing is they added night maps to Hardcore Team Deathmatch, Search and Destroy, and Cyber Attack, and I'm actually kind of curious to see how those night maps actually feel in Search and Cyber Attack, as those are kind of like more tactful game modes. There are also a couple weapon adjustments, but not really big ones. The first of which was to the riot shield and specifically explosive damage against riot shields. It says here that tuning to how riot shield protects against grenades when thrown at a player's feet. They don't say whether it's improved or nerfed, they just say that it's changed. The second thing that they say is reduced explosive damage within certain ranges. So that's actually a buff to the riot shield. You're going to take less explosive damage at certain ranges. So it sounds like a pretty good thing for the riot shield. The second thing is for the 357 Magnum, specifically the buckshot attachment. And what they did is reduce the damage range, reduced effective hip fire damage, and tuned spread adjustments from barrel attachments. So in other words, they nerfed the hell out of the 357 Magnum. This was kind of the best way to use the 357, and now I'm guessing it's going to be a lot worse. Now, aside from this, there is a lot of bug fixes and just general fixes for challenges and things like that. As always, I'm not going to read all of those off. If you're wondering if specific challenges or changes or bug fixes were made, I'll leave a link down in the description to the entire patch notes so you can check that out. If I was to go over everything, I think a lot of people would find it pretty damn boring, so I'll just leave that up to you guys if you're interested in that. Other new things that were added in this update include new operator characters. First of all, Mara is the one that you get simply by getting the Battle Pass. It gives you Mara, a new operator. The second character, who I think looks awesome, is Nikita, and he is actually unlocked through the store, so you have to actually purchase his bundle, and then you can play as Nikita. Honestly, in my opinion, one of the best looking operators. Now, the other new thing that really no one's talked about is a new Spec Ops mission called Operation Just Rewards. It's got a new cutscene, it's got new intel and everything like that. It's a full new operation that they implemented today. Now, on top of all of this, they have said things that will be coming throughout Season 1. It includes more new maps like Vacant and Shipment. They said those are going to be coming during Season 1, just not yet, so they will be coming in the coming weeks. On top of that, they have talked about new Spec Ops missions and things like that being added in. But the big question that I've got asked more than anything else on Twitter is how long is Season 1? And that's actually an answer that they give us in-game. If you check out the Battle Pass, it's says that there is 62 days left in the Battle Pass. So Season 1 is going to be 62 days long. So within that time, we are going to get Shipment, Vacant, the other new maps, new operations. That is everything that is going to be coming in Season 1, including new things added to the store weekly and daily. Now, the thing that I wanted to end this video with was my opinion. In all of the videos that I've made talking about Season 1, not once have I came out and said, this is what I think of it, this is what I think you should do. This is going to be the start of it, and I'm going to have a completely separate video talking about the state of Modern Warfare either later this week or early next week. But what I wanted to talk about here at the end of the video is specifically my thoughts on the Battle Pass and the store content. So first of all, the Battle Pass is the best Battle Pass system we have seen in a Call of Duty game, especially compared to Black Ops 4. It is completely consumer friendly. Everything that actually changes the game, like weapons, so the Ram 7 and the Holger 26 are free. All you got to do is level up that pass. You don't have to pay anything, and you can get it. All of the maps that were added with Season 1 are also free. No season pass required. All you have to do is buy the game. We have never seen that in a Call of Duty game before. So all of the microtransactions and things like that that you are paying for are literally cosmetic items only. We've been asking for this in Call of Duty for such a long time now, and we finally actually got it. And that's the entire Battle Pass and what's in the store. Yes, there is a lot, and I mean a lot of content within that store. Pretty much the most I have ever seen, especially at the launch of the store. Some of it I find really cool. A lot of the weapon blueprints and even character skins look dope as hell. But a lot of it I also just won't buy. I don't like the look of it. But they still give you that option to buy the things that you want. You don't have to spin a slot machine in order to get lucky trying to get the one thing or the one blueprint or the one weapon that you actually want. So from everything that I am seeing right now, I think they did a pretty damn good job with the microtransactions. That's my opinion. If you disagree, feel free to disagree with me down in the comments. As always, especially with this microtransaction stuff, I always love to hear what you guys think about it, and I love to hear your opinions on it. So if you disagree with me, feel free to do that down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, it's always appreciated if you do hit that like button. It does really help with the channel. As always, if you're new to the channel, want to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you turn notifications on, and as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace out.
Listen!